I hope you're charged up and ready for our shenanigans, because we are planning on shocking you with the best and worst setups you can do with your charge team. And because I am by no means an expert, I'll hand it off to the brains and apparent beauty of this operation. Shit, what does that make me? Miss Dainty Frog.
Well, that's nice of you. I guess you're the Brawn anyway. Well, I'm Miss Dainty Frog. If you're looking to find me anywhere, don't. That's weird. Charge is one of our 2 status effects that focuses on self-application for value. Charge builds up, count maxing at 20, and spends it as a resource, often gaining permanent buffs via charge potency with a max of 99. Charge teams often require a lot more hands-on play than just win rating. Hey, listen, put down the pitchforks for this one. This is for your own good, because you often lose health, lose sanity, or even gain sinking when not meeting the conditions. A great reward you often get for waiting and setting up cannot be understated. The charge resource is spent in different amounts for every ID, each giving different rewards, with the very least being coin power. We'll get into our first section here, being the sidekicks of slaps. These units have better options in charge. While not incredibly bad, they are outclassed by their peers. The first one being Rose Spanner Gregor. I have to talk about him again. He has charge, and while Gregor has an amazing ego for charge and AEDD, allowing charge count upkeep and rupture count upkeep as well on Gloom skill hit. The only problem is this is the only charge Gregor before another one we'll get to, forcing you to not use this amazing ego.
Well then, next up, I guess we'll be talking about 𝐸 Faust. As a Faust, she brings Hex now, which, considering charge is tied to the envy affinity, this is crack cocaine. Telepole, or the trustiness of a Faust big fluid sacs. This ID brings some paralyze and bind. That's about it. Rose Spanner Marisol, however, is a Marisol who's like Faust. He has one of the best charge egos in the game, being electric screaming, allowing for versatile gain and spending of charge, god damn it, and makes Marisol basically required in any charge team. Rose Spanner barely has charge, where he immediately gains it and spins it only on his skill 3. This idea is like walking with your shoelaces tied together. Sure, you can do it, but you'll trip a lot. So don't do that. Keeping with the Rose Spanners, we got Rose Spanner Rodyan, and it's less of a Rose Spanner Rodyan being bad and more that she struggles to contribute to envy and big charge numbers due to lacking gain of count. Her passive struggles to do much of anything for the team, and she is usable if you do not possess the other options. Alright guys, as we make it further and further through our worst choices, it was about now that I started to notice a pattern, in that a lot of Rose Spanners are not really that good. Is it just me, or am I going crazy? Anyhow, next up isn't a Rose Spanner, it's 𝐸 4th Pack Heathcliff. Only gains charge on his skill 1, his passive doesn't even spend it, and is only really good for his 5 coin skill, which was tied for the highest amount of coins before him. Anyway, we're going into a 𝐸 Corp with 𝐸 Corp Hung Lu, a more defensive charge unit and not even that great at providing the team with charge barrier. A very good buff giving shield and charge and increasing the shields if the ally is from 𝐸 Corp, but for Hung Lu in specific, he's fine. I mean, he's not amazing, he's not terrible. He's a good choice if you don't have any other charge Hung Lu. Now on from units who are outclassed to the units who are middle of the road, I'll hand it back over to Frog with Cram's Thirst Trap in.
Mine as well. 𝐸 Corp Merceau. His skill 1 envy and slash fragility infliction helps, I guess. But this unit is kind of nothing special aside from that it's a Merceau who can carry electric screaming and actually has charge. It gives enough defense level down that it inflicts 2.5 fragile on enemies. I mean, you'll never activate it because his skill 1 has horrible charge generation. Moving on from that, we have 𝐸 Merceau. A similar use as 𝐸 Corp, with the difference being that he has insane upkeep on his bleed count, but doesn't give slash fragility and doesn't have as good charge generation, which wasn't very good to begin with. Back over to Alden.
With 𝐸 Corp done. You know, this one I defend the most, even though apparently it's a skill issue. A simple and good unit whose skill 3 is one of the big slash bombs the team has. Struggles nowadays that Dawn has way better alternatives. You know, it's It's like Little Caesars. Why would you get that for all you Midwest people out there when you've got Casey's? Way better pizza. Anyway, we'll stick with some W Corp here and we'll jump into W Corp 𝐸. And while he is a fine choice if you need a slot on the team filled, this one doesn't bring any envy affinities and is, for the most part, a rupture unit rather than a charge unit. He still performs much better with Dimensional Shredder Ego, and he often finds himself struggling to do much with his amazing rupture infliction due to the lack of count upkeep on the rest of the team. Alright guys, we're finally out of the middle. No, not that, shut up! And now, we get to actually get to the good units. In the Big Pop Busters, these units provide incredible charge support, or do big damage on the turn they meet their count conditionals. First up on this list is 𝐜𝐴𝐼𝐸, quintessential release charge unit, and great for what she is. Mind Whip is still one of the hardest hitting charge moves with really consistent count gain on skill 1 and 2. Only issue is this unit's passive isn't likely to pop and can even make you lose SP. Mind Whip, however, will hit allies if you win rate. But you know what won't hit your friends? Liking and subscribing to this channel. In fact, it might make us friends, and you want to be my friend, right? Right? Anyway, on from that, we're going into W Corp Ryoshu. This unit has amazing skill 3 and 2, with a terrible skill 1 due to its lacking charge gain. Now I know you might be mad, your waifu sounds mid, but her slash vigility infliction and DDEDR, standing for Dance, Dance, Even Dance Revolution, hits incredibly hard. However, a lot of people argue that the Ego Red Eyes Pittance Ryoshu is the beefier waifu to the previous skinnier waifu of the W Corp Ryoshu, providing a great skill 1 NV, allowing easier contribution to an NV resonance. The SP healing and shielding on this unit is immaculate, but her skill 3 does not hit nearly as hard as W Corp Ryoshu does. Speaking of Ego IDs, we go into Ego Knight of Despair Radia. This unit is amazing in both defense and offense, providing great sinking infliction with protecting sword and piercing sword. Unfortunately, this unit has lacking charge gain and relies on others to give her charge to keep her spending her skills. And she is outclassed in charge teams by R Corp Radia, Depression Christmas Time, while by comparison this unit inflicts much less sinking, is squishy. Her big Mind Whip damage is amazing. This Radia also has an NV defense skill, which helps when the team needs it. Another R Corp unit that are in our best ones is R Corp 𝐓𝐿. Copy and paste everything I just said about Radia, with his main difference being his skill 2 is his big damage bomb. Dimension Shredder 𝐓𝐿 is amazing, to be fair. Friendly reminder with the reindeers, never, I repeat, never use this charge skill without the charge needed. Something that won't need repeated is what Frog's about to say about the next unit on this list. Go ahead, Frog.
I mean, I'd like to multi-crack both these upcoming units, but particularly multi-crack Faust. She was the first of her kind for gaining charge potency to give bonuses. Telepole Faust is quite nice on this unit, even if outclassed often by Fluid Sac particularly. Something to note as well, Hexnail Faust, while not technically being a charge ego, it is easy to fuel being 6 envy resources and inflicts enough envy fragility to be one of the better charge egos despite not, having charge. On from that Faust to multi-crack 𝐸𝐴𝐼𝐸, one of the best charge units since his release, bringing consistent team charge gain via his unique status effect Photoelectricity, allowing anyone who's hit the enemy affected to gain charge count. He additionally brings a Wrath skill 1, which is huge since most of the good charge ego require at least 1 Wrath resource for some reason. Examples being Telepole Fausts and Electro Screaming Merceau, as well as providing Blunt Fragility, which is huge since most charge expenditure is for blunt skills, see R Corp 𝐓𝐿 and R Corp Radia respectively. Unfortunately, he's been since outclassed by W Corp 𝐸𝐴𝐼𝐸, the bulk for charge teams. He stacks his shields with his easy to field combat passive and defense level. The best part about this unit is his defense skill, CCA Overcharge. He gives himself a ton of defense and aggro, but immobilizes himself. But as much as that sounds bad, I know that sounds bad. But on the next turn, he gains a ton of charge count, gives himself a use of his skill 3 for free, even if he doesn't have it queued up, to spend that charge he just obtained, and also almost never dies in this interaction unless you're win rating Alden Now from a unit who buffs the survivability of himself to a unit who buffs the survivability of the team, with a character Alden's going to introduce.
Yeah, 𝐓𝐡𝐢𝐬. Best charge barrier sharer for charge teams, allowing bulk to the whole party, as well as extra for W Corp IDs. Her ability to spread her load all over the place, with her skill 3 and Dimension Shredder ego buffs her team during the turn they use their charge count spending skills. Core member of every charge team and can allow much worse IDs to function at the highest level. You know who supposedly functions at the highest level? Well, that is In the Name of Love and Hate Dawn. The creature has been blessed with the best at time of writing charge unit, providing a ton of charge gain and damage with 3 incredible charge ego. She additionally gives a ton of envy resonance value with her skill 2 and 3 being envy, as well as her defense skill. Now, envy is a huge part of charge teams, and this unit having it in spades allows the whole team to get resonance on their best skills. Now we go on to an actual good 𝐸𝐸r, the LCE AEDD 𝐸𝐸r. So remember how photoelectricity is amazing? This 𝐸𝐸r has it too, while bringing enough gloom and fueling his own incredible AEDD ego with insane survivability and damage. This unit is just great for charge and will be a staple until 4 years from now when they give 𝐸𝐸r a new charge ID. Or never, as you guys know. Now, let's get on to that team composite. Oh wait. What's this on the ground? A hair coupon? Well, I suppose whoever left it here didn't want it!
So let's address the middle in the room. Charge is tied to the envy affinity, and a lot of its strongest big spenders are envy affinity as well. This leads to the team comp ideally wanting some more envy resonance consistency due to the extra damage bonus it gives. Now, let's talk about the middle IDs before talking about team composition for our charge team. I think it's best if we do that. Middle Dawn. This unit would normally be a great choice for charge teams if you don't have Love and Hate Dawn due to her envy defense skill, but her lack of team help as well as less envy production than Love and Hate leads this unit not being the best choice, as well as no damage conditionals as well. She's just not that good. Middle 𝐓𝐡𝐢𝐬. While a great unit in full envy teams with the limited team slots we have, this unit doesn't bring enough envy to warrant using on field. Still, if you need a charge unit, this one will perform even when not having charge as a resource. Now we get to the cream of the crop in middle Merceau. One of the 2 middle identities that I consider running in a normal charge team comp. Merceau, for his part, is entirely saved by his incredible skill 2 and skill 3. Envy fragility application, but a skill 2 giving both envy damage and envy power up is incredible. Remember Electric Screaming? Incredible on him, as well as making him the best Merceau for a charge team, better than the 2 actual charge units we talked about. Sinclair is the other middle identity I'd say warrants a team slot in most charge teams. What if we combine some tankiness from W Corp 𝐸𝐸 as well as some of middle 𝐓𝐡𝐢𝐬's great damage conditionals and a skill 2, 3, and defense envy skill combines together to create a monster of a unit. Remember Hexnail Fest? Sinclair brings his own version, being Hexnail Sinclair. While it doesn't inflict envy fragility like Fest, its Nails infliction allows middle Sinclair to upkeep his own bleed conditionals. Harmony Sinclair, his HE ego from the most recent Walpurgis as of time of recording, also helps charge teams via the envy damage up it gives on corruption. Hey, Alden, how you looking, buddy?
Yeah, I'm fine. Daughter took care of my light work for me. Where were we? Oh yeah. Now on to team composition for real this time. Okay, so for a basic non-envy focused charge team, I would recommend W Corp Heathcliff, AEDD 𝐸𝐸r, W Corp Otis, Love and Hate Dawn, R Corp Hung Lu, and Multi-Crack Faust, with a choice between a W Corp Marisol or an R Corp. This team comp excels in charge gain and expenditure, but struggles in maintaining envy resonance. Compared to other team comps, charge cannot win rate as well due to needing to save its skill 3s for later. But when managed properly, this team has unimaginable damage output. For the envy team core, it is the same, except for you drop the Multi-Crack Faust and the W or R Corp Myrrh for middle Sinclair and middle Merceau. This team, by comparison, deals much more damage. upkeeps its envy just as much and hits even harder than the previous team. Middlemer and Sinclair bring so much versatility to a charge team without even being the right statuses. And with that, I'm gonna go wash up. Frog, can you finish out the other two teams?
I got you. Now onto the free-to-play team, focusing on the double-lot IDs with one triple-lot ID for help. W Corp Otis is needed to an absurd extent. If you can get one ID for charge, make it W Corp Otis. It is Multi-Crack Heath, Middle Merceau, W Corp Faust, W Corp Hong Lu, and Rose Spanner Gregor, because we need 7 people. We're missing a slot. He has to be here. Unfortunately, compared to the other team comps, Charge's free-to-play options are frankly awful. Sans Multi-Crack Heath and Bill Murr, all double-lot IDs are terrible and provide very little to the team comp. Now onto the win rate Charge team. It's suboptimal, but can work provided you get lucky with Dawn. W Corp Dawn, while she can kill herself with her skill 3, it's only 20% HP and isn't the main driving force of the extra sanity loss you get from a lot of IDs. Knight of Despair Raja does not have any conditionals that could harm her from lack of charge count. Same thing with W Corp Merceau and R Corp Merceau. Same thing with W Corp Otis. Granted, I will say, as much as you want to win rate this, W Corp Otis does want to save her skill 3 until the exact turn you want to spend all your charge at once. So if you can try to figure that out in your win rate brains, I know it's hard. AEDD Gregor, again, does not kill himself from this, which makes him much better. And W Corp Heathcliff also can't kill himself, which means he can be win rated with, as well as Red Eyes and Penitence Ryoshu. This team won't kill itself if you win rate, which is a bonus for people who can't think. You will miss out on some really good IDs, unfortunately, using this team, and it unfortunately means that a lot of your team comps are going to be you using W Corp Otis and getting load on a turn where you don't even need load, and the extra damage output won't mean much. It's just kind of bad overall, but if you want to use it in your mirror dungeon runs, don't let me stop you. Again, let me hand it back over to Alden. Jeez, you look better, man.
Thanks, I needed that. Well, guys, that is going to be our video. Hopefully, we taught you something new. We helped you set up a team. Thank you, Frog, for being here. I was hoping you'd say something there.
Yeah. Sorry.
Thank you, Frog, for being here.
It's been lovely. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Guys, come check out the Discord. If you have any ideas for videos like this that you'd like to run with me, or if you just like to send me an idea, we can work on it. It's something that we continuously do on the channel. We are growing into other niches a little bit by grabbing other games. By the time this video has come out, you guys will have already saw my Resident Evil video, hopefully. But like always, guys, remember, most importantly, be good to each other. We'll see you in the next video. Peace.